Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch.
Bring him on. I prefer a straight fight to all the sneaking around.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Oh, come on, bro. It's the wars.
Here we are. We're finally approaching the end of August. We've reached Hype Week. This is The Wars and More. I'm Joe. And of course, with me is my good buddy Doug. Hey, Doug, how you doing this week?
Doing pretty good, Joe. How you doing?
I mean, like I said, I'm pretty hyped up.
Yeah, hyped. We're hyped. Yeah.
Pretty hyped up. I mean, Indiana Jones is coming to streaming.
Right.
I mean, it's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
It's what we're all looking forward to.
Right. I guess.
Didn't see that coming, right?
Right.
No, I just figured I'd get this out of the way.
Yeah, good idea.
So, yeah, Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny, finally going to make its way onto streaming platforms. Kind of shady on the details.
Right.
Because everywhere you look, it's like, oh, no word on Disney Plus. It was like, wait, I thought you said it was coming to streaming.
You would think Disney Plus would be the place, right?
Yeah, you would think. I'm guessing this is going to be, you can buy it on iTunes.
Right.
Wait, do they still call it iTunes?
I don't know. Well, what about Amazon?
You can buy it on Amazon.
Buy it or rent it on Amazon.
Yep.
I gotta wonder if they're gonna try and make a play for that first, if before it's just released on Disney Plus for subscription.
I mean, maybe. I would advise not spending any more money on this, but hey, you know what? Do your thing.
Right. Exactly.
Do your thing. If you want to pay other distributors to try and get people to pay for something they haven't paid for yet, hey, go for it. If you're gonna spend money to try and sell this thing, try to cater to the Indiana Jones purists, the collectors, the enthusiasts.
Right.
Make some kick-ass box set.
Exactly.
Make some money. Like they still fail to acknowledge that they're Indiana Jones, Star Wars, even your Marvel people. Like, you make something cool, physical, they will buy it.
Yes.
They will buy it.
Yep.
These franchises are all about collecting. So if you need to do something to kind of save yourself, paying a distributor for a temporary rental on a digital thing, or a digital thing that you have no 100% future guarantee that you're going to own this forever, those aren't the way.
Right.
Those aren't the way.
Physical copies, right?
Yep, this is the way.
This is the way. Yeah.
Yeah, and not just physical copies, right? Like, okay, your standard Blu-ray, you're gonna make it. It's gonna end up in the $5.99 bin at Walmart. Like, but make something cool.
Right.
Those will sell, no matter how bad the movie is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna flip it on you. In our pre-show, Doug, you asked me the question. Hey, Joe, like, did you see it?
Right.
Did you see it, Doug?
I did not.
Yeah.
I know. There's I want to see it, but it's just a matter of how bad do I want to see it? You know what I mean?
Oh, I have every intention of, when this ends up being consumed by both you and I.
Yeah.
This is going to be an episode of this show. This is The Wars and More. We do a really poor job of the and more part.
This is true.
But Indiana Jones is one of those things that
Also,
you and I are both big fans of. We've followed it over the years. We have strong opinions on.
Lucasfilm property, right? I mean, yeah.
We need to do something on this. I mean, we did pretty much a whole episode on the Snyder Cut, right?
Right.
Because it's one of those things you and I are both very invested in. We have strong opinions on.
Yes.
When we started this show, you and I were both in the kind of like, we're on the Marvel train, we're watching them, we're keeping up with it. We both fell off because They kept doing the same thing over and over again.
Right.
So we kind of got derailed by the properties we were watching when we came up with this show.
Yes, exactly. Not to mention, they started like taking like 55-gallon drums of Star Wars and just dumping it on us. You know,
Right.
There was that
Right.
for a
And
while.
That's true. You know, we did not see that coming.
Right.
We expected a new trilogy.
Yes.
You know, that finally hit us. Like, it was the perfect time, right? We're getting a new Star Wars trilogy. We got to do a podcast. We love. So we expected that. We didn't expect a new trilogy, 2 other films, what, 2 live action series coming up, 3 live action series, animated series. You know, we didn't expect all of this.
Right. Coming up.
Hell, we thought Clone Wars were dead when we started this.
Yeah, exactly.
And we got a 7th season of that.
Thanks to you, Joe.
I did my part. I will own that. I did my part.
Absolutely, you did.
So, but like, yeah, I mean, I totally intend on when this finally ends up being consumed by the both of us. I won't lie. I totally expected it to happen by now.
Right. Yeah, me too.
But man, this one ain't grabbing me.
Right. There's not a lot of draw, for sure.
So, my advice is get it on Disney Plus, or put out that kick-ass collector's edition kind of deal. I'll buy it because I have all the other ones.
Right.
If you make something attractive that can sit next to my other Blu-rays of this show or these movies, I'm gonna go get it.
Right.
So,
just to be a completionist.
well, that's our problem, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, how many different versions of Star Wars do you own?
Enough.
Same,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I have versions of these animated shows, right? Because they all came out on DVD first.
Right.
Then they came out on Blu-ray, and I got it again.
Right.
Because I gotta see it in HD.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, play to your audience.
Exactly. I have a couple VHS copies of the original trilogy, so yeah, for sure.
Right. The only thing I wish I had is the original theatrical versions.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say the original theatrical versions because that's not even fair to say.
Right. It isn't.
The original VHS releases.
Yes.
I wish I had those.
Those I do have.
I do not.
Yeah.
I have the special editions on VHS.
Yeah. I got those too.
Still pretty. I'm pretty proud of that.
Right.
I do have the original VHS release of A New Hope.
Ah.
But not the other 2. So, hey, we got what we got.
That's
but
right.
I also have DVDs and Blu-rays.
Right.
And the DVDs and Blu-ray sets are complete.
Right.
So, and I also own all the soundtracks in a couple formats. It's really weird. I got a problem.
Yeah, it sounds like a problem. Unless you're a Star Wars fan, then it's
right. No,
you know.
it's collecting, right?
Exactly.
You know, we love what we love. We're gonna buy it.
That's right.
If you do stupid stuff in marketing, you're not going to get people into theaters. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just saying. If you're not getting them into the theaters, you're probably not going to get them to pay $20 for it at home because that was your last move.
Right. I mean,
And let's just put it this way: a $325 rental at home, you're not making up the balance on that.
no, not at all. And my thing is, when I first saw that it was going to be coming to digital streaming services, I thought, oh, okay. I thought right off the bat, I'm thinking, ding, ding, Disney Plus. But then I see that little tag at the end of it where it says, we're not sure when it's coming to Disney Plus yet. So then my first thought is, Well, it's eventually going to come to Disney Plus. I'll just wait.
Yep. I got time.
Right.
I will say I do have, before we get on to the actual hype week stuff, I do have one more and more pitch.
Okay.
And this is going to be a big ask.
Uh-oh.
And I've been pushing for this for a while now.
Uh-oh.
I really got to get you to read Dune, my friend.
Oh, man. Read it?
Read it.
Oh.
And then watch the movie.
Oh.
And then go watch part 2 of the movie.
Stop it. Because
I'm just saying.
you mean part 2, like the second half that I couldn't get through? Or...
Wait, what? Did you not watch the first Dune? You couldn't watch the first Dune?
Wait, the first Dune?
Okay, so there was a Dune movie that came out recently.
Yes.
Dune Part 1.
Okay.
You couldn't get through that?
No.
Oh, wow.
I was having a hard time, man.
Okay. You like audiobooks?
Sure.
Listen to the audiobook. And then go try and watch that movie again. I guarantee you that movie's going to be way more entertaining.
Oh, man. Okay.
And you'll appreciate how purist that movie is, because the first half of the book, this isn't even really a good way to sell it, but the first half of that book is really slow, man.
Oh, great. That's just what I'm looking forward to. Okay.
It's a lot of backstory building, right?
Right.
They really, really build everything for all your characters, all the history, like all that stuff is built early on. All your factions. So it's a lot of establishment.
Huh.
And then it kicks into like the whole story. And now that you have all that backstory, all this stuff makes sense. It's really deep and really thorough. This is where I'm not going to sell it as well. The fact that it's the best sci-fi entertainment ever that a lot of people like to put out there.
What?
A lot of people like to say Dune is the best, right?
I don't know these people.
Really?
Yeah.
I know you know one of them, but we won't say his name here.
Really?
Yeah. I know one that is a mutual friend of ours that is a very, very big Dune fan. And we'll tell you that it is one of the best sci-fi stories of all time.
Interesting.
I don't agree with them.
Right, yeah.
But it is very good. And
okay.
And just to give it a little bit of the Star Wars appeal, there are a lot of things pulled from Dune.
So I've heard, and I understand.
I shouldn't say pulled from, but influenced by.
Right, right.
Because a lot of the people that are big fans of this other stuff like to say George Lucas ripped this stuff off. No. If you read this other stuff and you really take this stuff into consideration with taking Star Wars into full consideration, you realize that it is homage to. George Lucas is a man who writes with tribute in mind.
Sure. Yeah.
He pays tribute to his sources.
Right.
The hero's journey stuff, it is his tribute to the Joseph Campbell stuff. It's a love song to Joseph Campbell stuff, right?
Right.
It's done with that grace and homage to. Like, the Dune stuff's the same way.
Gotcha.
But that's one I'd like to do on the show as an and more portion. I'm just saying.
Interesting. Okay. And
it's super long, so we'd have lots to talk about.
Oh, great. All right. We'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll try the book. If I can do the book first, maybe I can stay awake through the movie.
It's not hard to believe you can stay awake for that movie. Like I said, I had the book in context though, so maybe that helps.
Let's yeah. We'll see if that works.
And I mean, they did it the right way by doing 2 parts because, man, you cannot do that Dune story in a 2-hour film. You just can't.
Right.
So the way they took, which is almost 6 hours total, like that's the way to go.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, I think the first movie's what, like 2.5 hours?
I have no idea. Dang. Okay, well, I'll get back with you when I'm done with it.
Right. This is the last time y'all are ever going to hear about this.
Oh, I'll try. Come on now.
I just wanted to throw it out there that we're actually actively looking at this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No? Didn't work? Okay.
Hey, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll like it better than Star Wars.
I doubt that.
Yeah, okay, me too.
But maybe.
Yeah.
But maybe.
I doubt it, yeah.
So, the reason we're here, as of recording right now, we are 1 week away from Ahsoka.
Right.
This is huge.
It is huge.
This is huge. I've been looking forward to this for a long, long time.
Yes. Yes. We've been. Yes.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, like, even just like subconsciously, right? Like, ever since I'd say mid to end of Clone Wars, seeing this character in live action has always been on my mind.
Oh, sure.
So to get here and to see this character in a dedicated story in live action, this is huge.
Right.
So this is a long time coming. Long time coming. And you know what? Star Wars, we'd love to talk about destiny and fate and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
Our first episode discussing the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka is falling on the 6th anniversary of The Wars and More.
Nice.
Can you believe that?
I love it.
What are the odds?
I don't know. Well, it's yes. It is our destiny. Yes.
I mean, that is some. I'm sitting down today and I'm like putting stuff together and what we're going to talk about and stuff. I'm like, huh, this is odd. This is
Yes.
going to coincide with our 6th anniversary, and anniversaries are not something we usually celebrate too much. I think we did it one other time, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like, we're horrible at this.
Yeah, we usually get 3 or 4 weeks past and it's like, oh yeah, our anniversary was a couple weeks ago. So yeah.
Like, holy crap, we actually started the show then.
Right.
No, but this time, this actually like crept into my mind because of the way it falls. There's a premiere on that same week.
Right.
So weird.
Weird.
Weird, cool. Fate, destiny. It's our destiny.
Yeah.
So, you know what that means. It better not suck.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it better not. I don't think it will, but
Oh, I don't think so either. Especially with everything I'm seeing. I mean, there are some things that are causing some concern. And we're going to get into that.
okay.
We've already talked about a couple of things that are concerning to me. Like Thrawn.
Yeah.
The big reveal is just like in a trailer.
In a trailer. Yeah.
I don't like that.
I gotta say, they're using these trailers and TV spots and stuff. They're just putting everything in them. It's like, okay, there's got to be something big here for them to like lay on us in the show, because
Yeah, but I'm worried about that. Like, okay, you're revealing Thrawn in the trailer.
right?
The other thing that I want to bring up is this whole idea of Sabine being Ahsoka's apprentice and a Jedi,
Right.
or Jedi in training.
Right.
Sabine being force sensitive, right?
Yeah.
This is being revealed in a trailer? One, it seems like a cop-out, just to, you're bringing Sabine into live action, you kind of got to explain the fact that she can do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a trailer? This is where you're going to reveal this?
So there was debate about it from the trailers, right?
Oh, crap. We were supposed to go back and watch those Sabine episodes where she was training with Kanan.
Oh.
To see if there was any allusion to.
Right.
And when I say that, subtle allusion to, because we obviously missed it.
Right.
It definitely wasn't right in the forefront. Unless. That crafty Dave Filoni. Unless this is getting built on with that whole Darksaber stuff, with Din Djarin having so much trouble wielding it.
It's possible.
I mean, I think I remember that from the Sabine episodes, though.
Yeah.
I remember her struggling with it.
Yeah.
And her saying it was heavy.
Right.
So, yeah. But yeah, this stuff being brought out in a trailer, that does raise some concern for me, because I'm like, oh, what's the surprise going to be? And if these are low points that you can, like, I'm worried about the surprise, right?
Right.
Like, okay, what are you going to do that's going to make this ridiculously over the top? Especially with this allusion to this whole, I hate saying it this way, but this whole world between worlds stuff, right?
Right.
How crazy is this going to get?
It could get crazy.
Huh?
It could get crazy. It could get really crazy with that.
I mean, is it DC Comics crazy?
Oh, man. I hope not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love the DC Comics stuff, and I love the way they do it.
Yeah, but
because it gives them an out to just kind of restart.
Exactly. That's now some fans would say that's what we need in Star Wars, but I don't know.
Like, oh, we're screwing up.
I don't think we need to do that.
Multiverse reset button.
Right. Yeah. I would almost like for Ahsoka to have a chance to do this, like, whatever. Pull Anakin out of
don't do it.
Kneeling before the Emperor and go in and stop him or something. Have the opportunity to do that, but then decide not to,
Oh, that would be something new for that kind of storyline, like a little restraint.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. Sabine having force sensitivity in the trailer, it's definitely alluded to, hello master, all that kind of stuff, But then there's this featurette that is out there, Master and Apprentice or something.
Right.
And Dave Filoni just says it. He's like, yeah, we had, Qui-Gon teaching Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan teaching Anakin, Anakin teaching Ahsoka, Ahsoka teaching Sabine. It's like, what?
What?
Exactly. So it's like, okay.
And then, like, one of the little scene snippets that you see and all that is Sabine crossing blades with this one dark Jedi, right?
Right.
It's like, oh boy. I mean, the other thing is like, I'm tuning in for Ahsoka. I just like to throw that out there.
Yeah, for sure.
This is another fear.
Yes.
And this fear goes both ways. Because okay, one, are you gonna water down Ahsoka's story because you want to tell the Sabine Jedi Apprentice story? And then at the same time, don't fin Sabine.
Right. Because you think about it, there's plenty there for Sabine, right? With all the
sure.
stuff that has happened with the dark saber and giving it to Bo-Katan and you know, her Mandalorian heritage and all of that there's a lot of that could weigh on Sabine's character, and throwing Jedi in the mix only makes it, you know, not sure what that does to the flavor of the soup. You know what I mean?
Well, but I'll say, like, at the same time, like, Sabine being a Jedi is not that far-fetched. It's
True.
really not.
True.
You look at Sabine's ability, the way she fights, all that stuff, like, it's not that far-fetched. Her having Force ability is not outside the realm of imagination.
I also think...
And that's what we got to look for, right? Is it inside that realm of imagination?
Sure.
Because if we can't even imagine it, then it's not good.
I think what we're looking at here, though, too, could be something different, right? Like, you know, we have this, you know, master and apprentice, you know, Jedi Padawan thing ingrained in our brains here. But,
yes,
you know, Ahsoka left the Order. She's doing things differently on her own now.
Oh, so her apprentice might not even be attuned to the Force.
I mean, well,
just a badass.
That could be.
I like it.
But she might have, you know, some attunement to the Force or something, you know, a connection to the Force, but maybe not, you know, full on Jedi level, you know. But that's enough. That's enough for Ahsoka to work with, maybe. You know what I mean? And it's not going to be like a you know, Jedi Padawan relationship necessarily.
Oh, I don't think this is going to be a Jedi Padawan relationship at all. We just use those terms because that's what we got right now.
Right. But
I think it's going to be the closest thing you can use, the closest words you can use to represent it is Jedi Padawan. Like,
right.
I don't think it's going to be, because Ahsoka's not a Jedi.
Exactly.
I mean, she says as much.
Yep.
So, whatever she's doing with Sabine and stuff like that is not Jedi training. It is something similar with probably even more old school values than the Jedi had.
Right.
I mean, that's where I think that's going. This is going to be even more Jedi than Jedi. Like, what do you even call that?
I don't know. The Wills. I mean, you know, it's Filoni we're talking about. You might get crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally going to be some light side stuff, right? But the Jedi were a specific light side religion. This is not that.
Right.
This is the light side in a nomad form.
Right.
And I only have to say nomad form because it's not the Jedi. We don't have anything else to attribute to the light side.
Yeah.
There's no other word yet.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're just going to end up being Skywalkers.
Right. The closest thing that we should have to a quote unquote Jedi in this show really should be Ezra. Think about it.
Starting to have my doubts Ezra's going to be in the show.
So, see, there's another thing, right? I mean, you know, we get this little hologram of him in a trailer, and it's like,
that's it.
That's
I
it.
think
Yeah,
that's it.
right. It's kind of crazy, but you know, maybe there's going to be something to do with Ezra that's going to be the big surprise. But you know, so far All the
Yeah,
stuff we
I'm-
thought was going to be a surprise, we've gotten already.
Started to wonder. You think he's dead?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, Thrawn makes it back. He don't. I'm just saying.
Right.
And Thrawn is Thrawn.
Yep.
So
That is an interesting thought. Wow. Man. That could take a turn right out for left field with this show. It'd be something that nobody's expecting, I think.
I mean, is it left field though? Because I mean, they're kind of like slapping us in the face with it.
Well, right, but it's not what everyone's going to expect. Still, I think everyone's still expecting to see Ezra at some point.
Yeah, they will in a hologram.
Right.
So
Yeah.
fulfilled.
Yeah.
Just saying, if Ezra's back, why does Sabine have his lightsaber? I'm just throwing that out there.
Wow.
So, I don't think we've gotten there yet. I don't think last show. I don't think we got there yet. I don't think it was released yet. What do you think about them giving Sabine short hair? Her going back to it.
I don't know. I guess I didn't give it much thought. I mean,
Oh, I saw that. I was like, oh, nice.
yeah.
Yeah, just make it feel like the gang's back together, right? Like,
Okay, gotcha. I mean, if there's anything that's, now that you're making me think about it, what it could be reminiscent of is when, Kanan chops his hair and stuff shortly before.
oh, damn it. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. But hey.
Now I'm thinking Sabine's going to die.
See? That's what. Is it that though, or is it just I don't know that Kanan knew that was going to happen to him at that point. He was just getting ready for this is our last big battle thing here. Let's go get this handled.
Trends.
Right.
Yeah, because that didn't even coincide with him going blind. That was like right before he died.
Right.
Damn it, Doug.
Hey. Just saying.
Just bringing back traumatic moments.
Yeah, I know. Hey. But this is I don't know. This is just judging from like some of the stuff you're bringing up here, right? The cutting of the hair and all that. I believe this is going to have elements of the hero's journey, okay? Especially, Dave Filoni at the helm, because I have a feeling Ahsoka's going to ask for Sabine's help, and she's going to turn her down. There's going to be some.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting with the cutting of the hair. Is she's there, long hair, doesn't
Right.
look like the Sabine we know.
Right.
Ahsoka's going to try and fail, and then eventually Sabine's going to be convinced by something. Probably something like Ezra's dead at the hands of Thrawn.
Right. Well, that's very possible. I mean, but that's part of the hero's journey, right?
Right.
You deny the call to adventure, and then, some circumstances beyond your control take place, and then you're forced into the adventure. So it's, it's the same trope, but it's a solid foundation for these stories. It's just like Luke, go to Alderaan. I can't go to Alderaan. I got to get back home,
Right.
He denies the call. By the time he gets home, aunt and uncle are skeletons smoking on the ground.
Right.
So, yeah.
Which also would have happened if he would have went to Tashi Station.
Right. But you get what I'm saying, though. It's
Yes.
it's a formula. It's the Joseph Campbell formula. I think we're getting glimpses of that in these trailers. That something's going to happen. Sabine's going to say, "All right, that's it. Let's get ready for business. Chop off the hair."
Cue 80s montage.
Yep. I love it because that would be awesome, but not really. But
Yeah, an 80s montage in Star Wars would be awful.
it would.
It'd be so awful. I'd probably love every second of it.
I know.
No, I'm with you. It definitely leaves a lot out there. I mean, you could also go the other way. Sabine's given up Ezra for dead because, and part of that is because Ahsoka kind of abandoned everything.
Right.
So Sabine ended up saying, "Look, we waited too long. He's gone now. He's dead." And Ahsoka shows back up. She's not having it. She's blaming Ahsoka for Ezra's death because she's already given him up for dead. And then something comes up that maybe he's still out there.
Right.
Boom, Q80s montage, cut the hair.
Yeah.
Let's go get Ezra.
I think what's really going to happen here, though, right? So we got that little postscript on Rebels where Ahsoka comes, picks up Sabine, all that stuff. They're going to go head out and look for Ezra. This whole bit where Sabine has the longer hair and maybe even some of the training of Sabine that we saw in the trailers, I got a feeling Dave's going to rewind the clock a little bit for us before that postscript from Rebels.
Ooh.
And go back up to it and then move forward.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So you think Ahsoka the White happens here?
I think we're going to get to see it, yeah.
Ooh.
I think
Oh man, I love this. I love this, especially the week before, because we get to see how wrong we are next week.
I know. Yeah. But I just got a feeling that's going to be kind of how it goes. We're going to get some lead up to that scene. I don't necessarily think it's going to be flashbacks in the show. It might be flashbacks, I guess. I don't know. Might be some flashbacks and some just prior content leading up to the moment there. But I do think we're going to get that moment that we saw in Rebels in live action. They take off to go look for Ezra, and maybe that's where the show actually gets rolling in earnest. This whole okay, just part. Okay, I'm just going to touch on this real quick. Part of what is making me think this is they released the directors of the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So Filoni is directing episode 1. Now, I think that might have something, yes, it's the premiere of the show, but put that aside. There's story, and he wanted it told a certain way, so he's handling it himself to set everything up, right? I mean, and I think he's rewinding the story back a little bit and then moving forward once they get to that point.
I just hope they're not letting him kick things off J.J. Abrams style.
And how would that be?
Let him set it up, let someone else go a completely different direction.
Oh, no.
And then we'll bring him in at the end and he can just fix it.
No. Oh, Dave's not doing the last episode, so you know, Dave's not even directing the last episode. So
no, I think he's doing like 6, right? Like
he's doing. He's directing episodes 1 and 5.
1 and 5. I was close.
The last episode is actually going to be Rick Famuyiwa. So, you know,
which is Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett, right?
Yes. And then episodes 2 and 3 is Steph Green. Episode 4 is Peter Ramsey. Episode 6, Jennifer Getzinger. Episode 7 is Geeta Vizant Patel. So, you know, some names we know. You know, some fresh blood.
Some we don't.
Right? So, should be interesting.
So Steph Green, where's Steph Green? That one's sticking out to me for some reason.
Maybe because it sounds an awful lot like Seth Green.
It could be. IMDb, Steph Green. What do we got here? The Americans. Oh, the Book of Boba Fett.
There you go.
Watchmen. Man in the High Castle. Okay, this could be good.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, Man in the High Castle. Watchmen. Book of Boba Fett. Luke Cage. The Americans. Yeah, this could be good.
Right.
Really kind of a mixed bag here.
Oh, as far as credentials?
Yeah. I like that.
Right.
I like versatility.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking, you know, that being said, with the way the directors are set up here too, you know, I think I got a feeling that's how it's going to be. I don't know. That's my prediction for next week. We'll see how, like you said, we'll see how wrong I am. But
I didn't say how wrong you were. I said we were.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean,
group effort.
Nice.
We usually go down in flames together.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
We've gotten some stuff right, so we're not so bad.
Right.
We usually get pieces.
Yes, well,
but just pieces.
Yeah, that's how it goes, though, right?
And we take those scraps with joy.
If we knew exactly how this show was going to play out 100%, there'd be no point in watching it, right?
Yeah. But one of the funnest things about Star Wars is this. You always got an idea. You think you know what's going to happen. And
right.
Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're right.
Exactly.
Most of the time you're wrong.
That's, you know, it's funny because there was that Master and Apprentice featurette, right? And Filoni talking on there, just talking about the, you know, it's like, lightsaber, it's the weapon of a Jedi, so you got to have a lot of lightsaber battles. And he says, and they got to be good because our fans can tell the difference, you know. And it's like, yes, thank you, Dave. He understands, you know, people are watching and they're you know.
You know what I like about that though is he's talking about lightsaber battles, and we talked about having Hunter on for all this stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know, and he was really geeked. At least there's going to be lightsaber battles. Otherwise, he's checking out.
Right.
So
yeah,
I'm excited, man. I do want to talk before we go about this promotional material. You mentioned the Master and Apprentice.
Yeah.
There was another one which was like the one TV spot to get ready, and A Hero's Journey.
Right.
In all these things, they had these like Rosario Dawson's talking about the character, and Dave Filoni's talking about the character, like all these things. I don't think we're getting a gallery anymore.
Oh, right. Or the gallery's going to look very familiar.
Right. Because this feels to me like, look, you got the SAG strike and the Writers Guild strike going on. They can't, with the strike going on, they can't get these actors and stuff to do the promotional material.
Right.
They're on strike, which that's fair, right? Like they're on strike. They're not going to do it.
Oh, absolutely. You think about it like this. On any given other show premiere, Rosario Dawson would be on Good Morning America. She'd be on Kimmel. She would be on
Absolutely
all these shows.
She would be doing the Ewan McGregor tour right now.
Yes.
If there was not a SAG strike. But
exactly.
There is.
Yep.
So here we are.
But
I think they shot all this stuff for gallery, because gallery's that behind the scenes look, right? You get, you get all this like talking about the characters, backgrounds, the work people did going into it, the people who were really into it and really dove head first, right? Those
exactly.
are all the things you see in gallery. And this looks a lot like gallery. The presentation is...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's totally gallery.
Yes, it is.
They took that gallery material they shot in advance. They're like, we need to promote it somehow.
Yep.
Here, just
cut this
slap
together.
all the Ahsoka stuff on there, and we'll send it out as a trailer.
What I will say though, this was like 7 or 8 minutes long, something like that.
Right. I mean, you're talking about 40 minutes worth of material.
Well,
they're taking 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Right. I don't think necessarily that they've completely.
They haven't completely gutted it.
Right. So I think there's still going to be something there, but we'll either get some repeat from this in gallery, or they'll just use like other
Everything
stuff
else
that
in gallery will be shorter.
that they would have cut, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because
there's maybe a condensed version of gallery.
Maybe, yeah. Condensed.
I mean, that's just what it seems like to me.
Yeah. No, I think you're absolutely hitting the nail on the head with that. I think, and honestly, I think it's smart of them.
No, it's actually genius. I love that the fact that they're actually putting effort into promotional material for once.
Right.
And honestly, I think they're going to benefit from this because it's promotional material outside of just relying on the late shows and things like that. I thought that was a cop-out before.
Right.
And not putting... These kind of featurettes and things like that were things that you used to see in the early days of Disney Star Wars, for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Star Wars in the past.
Well,
no.
It was different.
In the past, kind of, it kind of just wrote its name.
I would disagree there, because Star Wars was an innovator in this kind of thing, honestly.
Yeah, but it was this kind of thing post. You saw this after the movie.
Absolutely. Yes and no, okay? Yes and no. There was...
I will say this. Old Star Wars, there were way more trailers.
Sure.
There was way more well-produced trailers.
So, yes.
Big music, big this, big that. Stuff that got you hyped, ready to go.
Yep.
They didn't rely on Jimmy Kimmel.
No, they did that stuff, but not
they did
like
that
now.
stuff, but they also did the bombastic stuff.
Yes.
You're going to theaters and you're getting slapped in the face with this stuff.
There was also, like as soon as it was, the ability was there to do it, the stuff online, the early days when it was, 56K modem and you're trying to download 20 seconds worth of video, there was some sort of behind the scenes something that they put out on Star Wars website, the prequel era, that kind of thing. They did do that kind of thing too. So they have always tried to be in the forefront of that kind of stuff.
But I think the thing you noticed with Solo, this is the fun one to beat up on.
Sure.
Think of everything that predated Solo, right?
Yep.
Which was The Force Awakens, Rogue One, and The Last Jedi. Let's just use Disney era, nothing else.
Okay.
When you went to the theaters and you saw trailers before the movie you were seeing, the Star Wars trailer always punched you in the face the hardest.
Right.
It was the loudest. It was the flashiest. It was the everythingest, right?
Sure.
That was the trailer that stuck in your mind when you left, because it was not just because I'm a Star Wars fan, but because it presented it the loudest in your face.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Solo didn't do that.
Right.
When you saw Solo trailers in theaters, they were short. They didn't tell you. There was nothing to it. It didn't have all the music. It just wasn't the same.
Right.
It didn't have the gripping drama aspect of a trailer. There was no emotion in it. And ever since then, Star Wars has lacked that. Even with the Rise of Skywalker, look at those trailers. Go back, look at them. That emotion was not there.
Right.
It was just fast. It was like Transformers.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, it's just loud, fast, and trying to get you that way.
Yeah, flashy.
Even and I will give credit to The Last Jedi for this. The Last Jedi had some of the best trailers in the history of Star Wars.
Okay. I'll even give that to you. Yes, leading up to it, all the different TV spots they had, it was hard to keep up.
They were good.
Yes.
The trailers really had, and I guess we saw why, because they tried to get you at every turn the whole movie. So that's why they were able to do that in the trailers, because, yeah, that's what they were doing the whole film.
Right.
Always trying to get you. Not the gotcha moments. Just, you never knew quite what was happening because they're always trying to throw a curveball at you.
There was the one trailer, I think it was the first trailer that had you going, what, and that was, when you hear Luke say it's time for the Jedi to end. That was
I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah. Well,
I thought it was a play on words. I didn't think he was actually going to be an ass.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
I thought that was really good. I didn't think I was going to see Luke whine for an hour and a half.
Well, it's yes, I thought it was going to be a lot of misdirection from the trailer, but it was like, nope, this is what we're really doing. It's like, okay. Yeah.
I thought, and what the first thing that went into my mind was? It's like, oh, that makes sense. Luke would see the fault in the Jedi that came before him and what created his father.
Right.
Luke would see the fault in that. That makes sense that he would want the Jedi to end. They need to be something else, something above the dogma that the Jedi became. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. If you're ending it to make something better,
mm-hmm.
I get it. But if you're ending the Jedi to just end it and become a hermit, no.
Yeah, if you're ending the Jedi, because I don't like this anymore.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Either way, I like what they're doing. Main point, right?
Right.
This is good promotion.
Yes.
This is good promotion. These trailers feel more like Star Wars to me,
Absolutely.
and I'm happy for that, especially given my love of the character.
Right.
So if they're gonna right the ship at some point, this is a good time.
Yeah. Well, I did like the one line that Rosario Dawson says in one of these, and it's completely true. She says Ahsoka is the most fleshed out character in Star Wars.
No doubt.
And there is no doubt. I mean, yeah,
Zero argument.
exactly.
There is more content about Ahsoka Tano than any other character in Star Wars.
Yes.
It's just, I know that'd be hard for a lot of people to accept, but it's just true.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I would love for it to not be true. I would love for it to be Luke Skywalker, but it's not.
Right.
The fact is, it's not. It's just the way it is. So, yeah.
But, at the same time, we are at the time right now, okay? And I'm going to say this hoping that I'm not going to end up with the same results as you. We are at the time where your generation, Luke Skywalker, you guys were passing the torch on to my generation with the Clone Wars and the prequels, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm the like older group of the Ahsoka Tano fan base.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I have no qualms about that. But I mean, I was still young enough that they were grabbing me.
Yep.
But old enough to where I'm at the time now where I'm like, okay, this is my Luke Skywalker moment for my generation of Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't end up the same way as it did for you guys.
Well, you have one distinct advantage here.
Yeah, Dave Filoni.
Exactly. I'm envious of that, I have to say.
You got Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah.
I mean, the funny thing is like I was pulling for the guy.
I know. So was I.
He came out strong, man. The things he was saying, I'm like, yes, this is the guy we need.
Yeah.
Then I saw this movie, I'm like, bro, I rooted for you.
Yeah.
I rooted for you. Why you do this to me?
Exactly.
So,
I'm sure it'll
but
go
yeah, I
better
mean,
this time.
this is even more so the case with Hunter, and that's why. As long as he follows through and joins us, right?
Right.
He is the Ahsoka generation.
Yeah, totally.
I'm that. I just made it in. I just barely made the cut.
Right.
But he is the Ahsoka generation, and I'd love to see how this kind of pans out with his perspective.
Yeah. It'll be interesting, that's for sure. I love how you break it up into generations, though. It's like, man, I've been here for all of it. So,
Well, no, I'm with you. Even I had to admit, like, I'm on the tail end of what you would call the Ahsoka generation.
Right.
But I mean, you almost have to at this point, right? Because even some of those younger fans that are just below me, they didn't give a damn about Luke Skywalker. They really didn't.
Right.
It didn't bother them like it did me and those fans that I grew up with. My parents and things like that. It didn't hit the same way for them as it did the younger kids.
Right.
So there is a generational thing here and how you view these characters. So
yeah. Well, it'll be interesting. We'll find out next week, huh?
we'll find out next week. Well, all right. If you have anything to add, you can always email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. That's the best way to get a hold of us. We're also on social media, @thewarsandmore on Twitter, facebook.com/thewarsandmore. You can find all that and all the ways to find the show over at thewarsandmore.com. Any final thoughts this week, Doug?
No, I think we've about covered it.
All right. We will definitely talk next week.